Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by deep forests and shimmering rivers, there lived a beautiful young princess. She loved playing in the gardens of the royal palace, often wandering to the edge of a magical well hidden in the woods. This well was said to be enchanted, and its waters sparkled like diamonds under the sun. One fine day, the princess brought her favorite golden ball to the forest. She tossed it high into the air, catching it and laughing as the sunlight glinted off its surface. But as she threw it once more, the ball slipped from her fingers, landing with a splash into the depths of the well. The princess gasped, leaning over the edge, but the golden ball was nowhere to be seen. Heartbroken, she sat down beside the well and began to weep. "My precious ball is lost forever," she cried. Her tears sparkled like dewdrops as they fell into the grass. Suddenly, a croaky voice broke the silence. "Why are you crying, princess?" Startled, she looked around and saw a frog sitting on a mossy stone near the well. He was no ordinary frog. His green skin shimmered, and his eyes gleamed with intelligence. The princess hesitated, but finally told the frog her tale. "Oh, kind frog," she sighed, "my golden ball has fallen into the well. I would give anything to have it back." The frog tilted his head thoughtfully. "I can retrieve your ball, but I want something in return." The princess, eager to have her treasure back, nodded quickly. "Anything. What do you wish for?" The frog replied, "I want to be your companion. Let me eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep on a pillow in your palace." The princess was taken aback, but agreed. "Yes, yes, whatever you want. Just bring me my ball." The frog dived into the well, and after a few moments, he emerged, holding the golden ball in his webbed hands. The princess clapped with joy, snatched the ball, and ran back to the palace, forgetting her promise entirely. That evening, as the royal family dined, there was a knock at the palace door. A servant opened it, and to everyone's surprise, the frog hopped inside. He addressed the princess in his croaky voice. "Princess, I've come to keep my part of the bargain. It's time for you to keep yours." The princess turned pale and whispered to her father, the king, what had happened. The wise king frowned. "A promise is a promise, daughter. You must honor it, even if it was made to a frog." Reluctantly, the princess allowed the frog to join her at the table. He ate from her golden plate, drank from her crystal cup, and insisted on following her everywhere. When it was time for bed, he demanded to sleep on her soft pillow. The princess was horrified, but obeyed her father's decree. As the frog lay on the pillow, he said softly, "Good night, dear princess." The princess, filled with frustration, turned away, muttering about how she wished he would leave. The next morning, when the princess awoke, the frog was gone. In his place stood a handsome prince with golden hair and kind eyes. The princess gasped in surprise. The prince explained, "I was cursed by a wicked sorceress to live as a frog until a kind soul allowed me to share their life. Your promise, though reluctantly kept, broke the spell. Over time, the princess and the prince grew fond of each other. They shared many adventures and eventually fell deeply in love. The prince and princess were married in a grand celebration, and the kingdom rejoiced. From that day on, the princess learned the value of keeping her word, and they both lived happily ever after.